I'm John Munoz, and welcome back to the Business Networking Channel hosted by Hispano Chamber of Commerce. Again, with me in studio, Toby Rue.
Hey, John. Hey, this is a great topic.
I'm enjoying it. And obviously, we have our guest expert
resident
here.
expert. I'm telling you, she's done
Elisa
more
Cundiff.
things in her lifetime than I have ever done in my entire lifetime. And I tell you what, something like that is, it shows what passion is when you have to run an organization.
That's right.
I mean, nonprofits are notorious, right?
Right.
Shoestring budget, trying to work one-word job. You know, I can't imagine how hard that job is to run an organization. And then smile every day. You get up and say, I'm doing the right thing. I mean, that puts you any pressure. So to do that is great. I say so.
So we were talking earlier, Lisa, about just this mission, this initiative that you guys have that people are attracted to, and it's not again, I would say that it transcends to really all generations, and really all even in business people. Realistically, what we need to do is we need to every day, bottom line, we've got to make our bottom line, right? And so if we buy a specific light bulb, it's going to help us out. If we put panels on top of our, if we take care of our resources, I mean, not only is it the right thing to do for our planet, it's also the right thing to do for your business.
Well, John, it seems so easy, right? It seems like a no-brainer. You were trying to protect the planet, we're trying to do the right things. But this momentum and this movement has not been so easy. You've had some challenges in the green in space as there is. I mean, from corporations to other organizations, having the Green Chamber address those issues doesn't come with some type of risk of sticking your neck out. So can you tell us some of the challenges that you've gone through when you're going with this organization?
Well, I think when John asked me that first question, are all your members green? It made me think about the fact that the first couple of months we really had to explain to people what green is.
There you go.
And
there's an education curve.
There's a little bit of an education
Actually, Lisa
curve.
also wanted me to punch me out on that. She wanted to answer right away. I stop her. She's getting out of control. It was like a whoopee moment. She was about to walk out.
You were walking out.
Excuse me. But for us, the way that we view the Green Chamber is sort of like a church, and we let the sinners in as long as you're ready to try and make changes, and as long as you're a believer. And what you have to be a believer in is a more sustainable business community and being good to the community that you live in. And all of the businesses that are members believe in that. And once people have, I think once businesses learned that was our message and really saw us continually living up to that message through the events that we were planning and all of our marketing and everything, then people were able to really get on board easily, because being green wasn't scary. It was, it was just a good decision.
Well, and again, only because you see the way the world has evolved into being socially responsible. When the markets and the financial crisis happened a few years ago, I mean, I saw across the board everybody tighten up their purse strings, and looking for ways to be a little bit more efficient on what was going on. And so it really played into a timing issue where people are really now starting to say, how can we protect our resources and be good stewards of what we have? And I really like the analogy you brought with the religious background on that. I mean, for me, having that understanding that we have to do something in order to protect our resources and our generations, I think that is truly a thing that attracted me to the Green Chambers, that you're doing something that sustains not today, but our generations to come. So tell us a little bit about the events, or actually let's go back, because I wanted to find out, we talked about Renee Frank. Tell us a little bit more about your special dynamic board members.
Well, Renee, as we said, is absolutely fantastic, and Jim Graham's our vice president, and he is the owner of Sun and Earth Builders, which it's been, I think, in Las Cruces for about 30 years, and he's one of the lead designers of green buildings, green homes, and especially really nice green homes. And he's a fantastic character, really supportive. Every time I email him and ask him for help, he's right there. So we have a very supportive, very dynamic board. We also have Mark Westbrook from Positive Energy, who's fantastic, and Shahid Mustafa from the general manager of Mountain View Market. And yeah, it's just a really dynamic.
Goes on and on.
Just goes on, and they're all
But
great, yeah.
the thing too, when you're talking about the economy, is just not just being more efficient, but also one of the things that I like about the photovoltaic panels they're actually made in New Mexico, United States.
Some of them are,
Yep.
Shot
Well, the
solar.
ones that are built here, not only are you buying, local, you're buying New Mexican, or you could go to, I think German and Chinese are building those, Japan, which most of those are getting built, but the ones that are built here, I mean, that's local. And so I like that piece of it.
Right.
I like it when entrepreneurs and environmentalists can get together. That's got to be a good thing. That
Sure.
feels good. And studies upon studies show that protected areas have better economic indicators than areas, especially in the West, that are not protected.
Well, and things I think that really go hand in hand is, as business leaders, we are constantly driving to see how we can make a profit, but also produce a service. And one of the things that I like that you did on your marketing campaign, and maybe it's a statewide, but I'm not for sure, but I know Las Cruces, buy local.
Yep.
And I think that kind of alludes to what you were talking about. It's so easy because of our globalization of our markets to utilize the free trade and the international business network. But I think it says a lot to say, all right, we have all these international opportunities, but when you're in a small community where the mom and pop shops still exist, where the larger companies have not completely shut out some of these opportunities, keep them in business because they are employers. There's a study that we talk about all the time that a very large portion of businesses are small businesses.
Absolutely.
And they are the pulse and the driving force to our economy. So to have a buy local campaign, I think that's something that you can really put your head up against and say, let's just push this forward.
I think we actually have a slide on buy local.
Okay.
that you might
Tell us a
bring
little bit
up.
about
We
that.
can tell us about that, and maybe Chris can get that slide up.
Slide up, cool. Well, we're doing
There it is.
a year-long buy local campaign and targeting different sectors. And one of the reasons that we did this was exactly what you were talking about. If you look on the left here, when you spend $100 in a local business, $45 stay in the local economy and $55 leave. And that's just an average, whether, if it's something that you're buying at Toucan's in Mountain View Market versus some non-locally owned store. So if you go over on the right and you spend $100 at a non-locally owned business, almost all of that money leaves. And so it's an economic argument, and in addition to the fact that it is much better for your community, it supports the local entrepreneurs. Locally owned businesses give 350% more on average to community projects and to nonprofits and to schools. They give more to the tax base. A lot of larger companies, through combined reporting, can report outside of the state and end up not paying taxes towards the schools and parks. And then there's your economic footprint. If you're buying local and you're buying local food, your carbon footprint is much lower. So there's a multitude of reasons that we really support buying local, and that we've pushed this campaign.
And those things are new to a lot of people. You think it'd be common sense if we go down the market, we buy, but I love Walmart.
Yeah.
And I go to there for a lot of things, and to be able to find this list. So can we go to your website, or can we call you, our members and our audience out there, and can we get a list of these local type vendors that we can go through? Do you have some things like that?
We put out a list in December of a buy local holiday guide, so you could could find all your gifts on locally owned institutions, and we're doing one in April that's going to be a local phone book that we're working towards, and so hopefully that'll actually come out at the end of April. But that's the idea, is to provide basically a local phone book.
We have just a few more minutes left, and we really want to make sure our audience knows how to participate. Tell us about some events, and let's kind of get this together, because, well, we could talk about this for a long time, but unfortunately we're back against the wall on time.
Well, you guys are great supporters, so I'm sure we could. We have a monthly First Friday series where we have lectures, everything from the El Paso Corridor to green home economics to the city's sustainability plan, and that's the first Friday of every month. And we also have a monthly networking event at a locally owned restaurant or bar, and we do that on the third Tuesday night of every month. So You're welcome to join us for any of those. We just had our Green Building Forum, which went really well, and we're going to have another one of those either in 6 months or in a year. And we have a Green Jobs Conference, which the Hispano Chamber is co-sponsoring, and that was today, actually. And we're going to have a Green Business Expo in the fall that we'd love people to get involved in.
You guys are definitely busy and making a big footprint out there in a good way.
In a green way.
In the green way. See, we can be funny here too.
We can be.
So, but no, definitely we do appreciate what you're doing. And,
right.
you know, when you think about it, we are great collaborators and partners, and we appreciate the support you've given us as well. And obviously, we will also continue to support you in the future and for many years to come.
That's right.
And actually, you probably have way more years to come than we do, or than
no.
Toby does. So we appreciate you. So thank you, Lisa, and thank you, Green Chamber of Commerce. And on behalf of the Hispano Chamber of Commerce and the Business Networking Channel, thank you for watching today. We will see you next time.
Thank you.